If all is in accordance, then we should be live right now. So, hello, and welcome to SimCity. If you've never played this game before, it's essentially a game where you build your own city, kind of in the name, isn't it? Okay, so first we have to choose the place where we want to play. So we have to select a region. So where we want to play is a great question. We want to try and pick one that has the most plots, but also they're all linked together by motorway. The reason for that is because if they're all linked together by motorway, then they can all transfer goods and people and everything is significantly easier. This looks like a good one, actually. It looks like they're all connected by motorway. It's only got one great work. If you're wondering what the great works are, it's essentially big monuments that you... Well, not monuments, but it's stuff that you can build. You can build an airport that gives bonuses to tourism, as well as making it easier to send out freight, which makes you money. It's basically a good idea to build one of them, but you got to try and decide, and it will vary on how you choose to specialise your cities. We'll get into that a little bit later, though. But for now, let us just begin. We'll name it Slinksville, you know. I just want to know we want to do, what do we want to do? Slinksland. Very inventive. And then we're not going to do sandbox mode, we're going to be trying actually to do this properly. Sandbox mode essentially lets you use custom online cheats. You can find them just by searching SimCity cheat codes or something. And it's things that you can press, key combinations that you can press, and it will give you stuff like, it adds the amount of money you get per hour, it will remove certain things, like it can remove crime so you don't need a police force, stuff like that. But we're not going to be doing that yet. Oh, that's cool, the Great Works is on an island, right? So let's have a look to begin with, right? We don't want to pick anything like this because this requires oil. And this is oil and coal, so we'll be using this later. But for now, we just want one that realistically, all we want is wind for wind power, and that's essentially it. But it looks like all of them have some stuff, and so we'll just have to try and pick the one that we don't mind missing out on the most. So I think there was one over here. I think that this would be the one to go for because it only has one load of coal. Yeah, we got multiple ones with significantly more coal. Like I think there's another one up here. Yeah, there's one there, and there's another one there. So we got more than enough coal coming from other regions. Even another one there. Yeah, we've got more than enough coal. And this one literally only has coal. So we will use this one as the starting city. It's got shipping and rail capabilities. That is absolutely wonderful, and it will make an absolutely perfect starting city. We're not going to name the cities yet. I'm actually going to leave that up to you guys. If you want to post down in the comments below what you think I should name the city, then if I get enough people telling me what to name it, then I will name it. Okay, sorry. Just stood up for a second. Okay, right. So, where to begin? Right, well, first things first, we need to get people in the city, because the city cannot make any money without people. So, where do we want to do the residential? Well, first of all, let's go on here and let's get a look at the wind map. Okay. So the wind's blowing this way, so if we're going to have factories, we want the pollution ideally to blow away from this city, and the way to do that would be to have them over here. So we're going to have the factories over here and the people over here, and then we'll have commercial in the middle, and also some other miscellaneous stuff up here, but we don't need to worry about that yet. First things first, let's just get ourselves some people. So we'll turn this off now, actually. And then, because we only have 50,000, we'll use... okay, we might need to do a medium density avenue along here, just to make it so that traffic can flow a little bit easier in the future. And then going up these, though, we will make sure we use dirt. So why has it decided to do this? I'm guessing that that's the right place. Yeah, I think that was. Okay, if you're wondering why we're doing it like this, it's because we can place houses on both sides of the roads, but it also means that when they're big enough to become skyscrapers, they don't run out of space. That's what the guidelines are for. I didn't know that originally. I've played this game for over 100 hours now. I didn't know that originally, and it is incredibly important to know because it does save you a lot of headache and just overall pain. So I found that out, and now the game is a lot more enjoyable, to say the least. And also at the end of the road, we will build some commercial shops, just so the people have stuff that they can buy, as well as get a few jobs. Of course, there's not enough commercial places down there for them to all get jobs. In fact, we'll do it along to here, because we're going to do the housing all the way up there anyway. And it just helps, because it means that the commercial industry can also start improving immediately. I love watching it get built. It's so cool to me for some reason. I really do enjoy watching it all get built. Oh, we forgot to give them any power or water. That's a problem. Does that require... I don't think that actually requires anything ridiculous. I think it just starts... Oh, it does. Cool. I thought it required... What is it? I've forgotten already. I thought it required the stuff that you can only get... Wait, where is it? The Academy, what is it? The control net, I thought that's what it required to work because it's a futuristic item, but apparently it doesn't. So instead we just got futuristic roads here and shops here already. That's pretty cool. And any cars that leave here should be futuristic as well, except they're not going to be because these are just shops. Sad times, sad times. But anyway, let us get some electricity because my people are not going to enjoy that. Okay, right, I think we did miscellaneous up here, but we can't run a highway along here now, so for now we will just have to drag this along and do the power plant up here. We will eventually get a highway running to it, but for now this will just have to do. We'll do wind power for now because it is the cheapest at the moment, and then we'll just get 4 because that will hopefully be enough for now. And now we wait for some money to start rolling in. We need enough to be able to get a highway along here, a medium density avenue. We don't need the most expensive one because we just need to be able to upgrade it because you can upgrade roads. Like that's why I'm only doing dirt roads here, because you can just upgrade them automatically, which is a very, 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 very nice feature. Again, this game is actually filled with quite nice features. Okay, right. Anyway, I'm gonna have to wait now. In fact, I might take out a small bond of $25,000 or simoleons just to speed up the process a little. Okay, right. So let's do a dirt road along here, and then because the reason that you do industry is because while yeah, it does pollute, it is the best way of making money in the early game. Like it gives you so much money in the early game, which is why I choose to do it. And then, I'm gonna try and not make my industry section too big, because normally I make them huge, and I end up having the city relying on industry, and I don't really want to do that. But it will be for the beginning, just because this is kind of the way we make money for the beginning. And then this can go over here, and that'll be our sewage for stuff for now. Again, we're gonna try and get treatment plants. I want us to try and be a rather green game. It's just that to begin with, we need to get the money so we can actually transition to becoming green. That industry section will probably grow a little bit and then remain like that for a fair while we try and save up the funds to be able to make the game a little bit nicer and a little bit greener. And then I think we'll probably go and get a few more houses now, actually. So let's have a look. There's the grid lines. Can we get it all the way up on green? For some reason. I'll just have to do. Let's go down to here. And back up across here. And how far out we'll just do up to here for now. In fact, we'll do one more. Why not? Why not push it a little? Okay, there we go. And then this can all be filled with housing. Lovely stuff. Getting ourselves a lot of people, so that should make the industry happy, because then they won't need to complain about not having any workers, because they're going to have plenty of workers. In fact, we're probably going to have about, I know, over 10,000 people when this is done. My cities always seem to get so many more people. I've been playing this game with friends for a while, and most of the time their cities only get like 40, 50,000 people. It's not uncommon for me to, like, a few hours in, have a city that has about 400, 500,000 people. If I do what I normally do, which is build stuff like mega towers. The issue with mega towers, in fact I think they're called mega towers. Yeah, they are. Is that you can build the cheap ones, and they are fairly cheap. They're not ridiculously cheap, as you can see. They are still fairly expensive, but they're not that expensive in the grand scheme of things. But they look pretty awful. Or you can build the elite mega towers that do look fairly nice, but the issue is that, as you can see, they cost almost double. And getting them to work is also awkward, because you need to have medium wealth customers. Medium wealth area minimum. High wealth would be ideal, but medium minimum. Which means you have to build parks and stuff like that, which costs hourly money, which is kind of the issue. But anyway, we're getting our people some lovely houses, and the industry should be quite happy now. They should have more than enough workers. Yes, it appears they do. Now, what we want to do quickly, I forgot to do this already, is we want to get a trading depot, and the reason we want to do this, or depot, and the reason we want to do this is because this is how the freight gets traded. Without this, the freight will just sit in the industry centres, and they'll eventually run out of places to ship it, and then it will all disappear, and the industry section will just die, and we don't want that, because that will ruin the game for us partially. So what we need to do for this to work out is we need to get ourselves into a situation. Wait, what? Why is it doing that? Okay, fine, we'll just do it up here. I don't mind. We need to get ourselves into a situation where that can't happen. because obviously if it does, then it's very, very expensive for the city as a whole to just suddenly lose its industry for a few days. It's not really something that they can deal with, and it loses a lot of jobs. Is that actually there? Because if that is, then that is amazingly good placement by me. If they can build factories along here, then I'm amazed with the placement that I've just done. Wow, that was I just guessed where the road was, and it actually went to the perfect place. Okay, we'll do one more load of industry along here, and then we'll do commercial here. So we want to try and cut off the industry. In fact, while I remember, we want to go to nature, and we want to plant a bunch of trees around here. Because not only does it make the industry happy, but if I remember correctly, it does combat the ground pollution in the game, which is quite important because they will start polluting the area pretty quickly, and it is hard to get rid of once it's done, other than just waiting. Same thing if you get a nuclear power plant in this game. If your people aren't educated enough, it can explode, and if it does, you just have to wait, and you can plant trees and stuff, but it still takes an incredibly long time to go. So it's a good idea to try and make sure that this doesn't happen, and to try and counter it before it even starts becoming an issue. Of course, it will still happen because the trees can't prevent everything, but it will hopefully make it a little bit. It'll hopefully decrease the amount a little bit, and also make it disappear a little bit faster when we do destroy the industry sector. But that's why I'm trying to focus on getting everything else done so quickly. Anyway, let's pay off this bond so we are not in any debt, and we get the full amount of money from our lovely, 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 lovely little city. Just planting as many trees as I can because it makes the people happy, as well as decreasing pollution, which is very important for me right now, because we've got ourselves a fair few factories. Correct. It would also be a good idea to look at getting some emergency services right now. We don't need to get the really big ones, but we just need to get some basic fire stations and police precincts. And okay, so what do you mean not approved? Oh, we need a town hall first. Where's the government section? There it is. Okay, let's get ourselves a town hall. We don't want to do it there. We want to do it so we can always expand it. There we go. We don't have enough people yet. Oh no, it's closed. That's why, because it's hiring. What are you saying? City hall upgrade available. Cool. Okay, wait. Fireworks. Woo! Celebration time, man. Celebration time. Come on. Do 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 do. Okay, so we got 10,000 residents already. Whew. Okay, right, what do we want to do? What does this give us? It allows us to get the advanced stuff. That gives us tourism. That gives us transportation. That's the Department of Utilities. So that gives us the advanced water thing, also the recycling and the sewage. Or we can do the Department of Finance, which allows you to tax wealth levels independently, as well as also giving... that might be an idea. Or we can go for the Department of Education. I think the Department of Education might be the thing we target next, but for now, I don't want to name the place yet. We might end up naming it, but I think what we want to try and do is we want to try and wait and see what the city is actually going to be for us, and then when that's done, we'll try and think of a name. But like I said, I am actually going to try and leave that to you guys, unless I don't get any suggestions, which is probably the most likely, at which point I will name it, or just wait. Just keep waiting, and that's my... Just keep waiting, why not? Great, so let's get ourselves a health clinic. We'll plop that over here. And we'll get one ambulance and another waiting room. Then let's get ourselves a police station. Just move it along so we can put in all the stuff. Okay, never mind. Come on. I need more money. That's 30,000. I'm not going to get enough anytime soon. Let's take out a $50,000 simoleon bond. Keep calling it dollar, but let's put 2 police car bays. Actually, let's do 1 for now. Let's see how much the fire station costs us. 20,000. And then how much for another fire truck? Yeah, we'll get another fire truck as well. And that bell's 3,000. That's ridiculous. Get a flag as well. And now we wait. That's why it was on turtle speed. That's why everything took so long. Okay, the second this hour's up, we'll place this down, and then we will be done for now. And I'll probably end the episode. That has been placed down. Beautiful. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Episode, or day 2. Day 2 of SimCity it'll be. Or episode 2. Don't know what I'm going to name this yet. And I suppose that's it. So, see you next time.